Hey guys, and welcome to the Band Rants channel, your home for NFL projections, predictions, and of course, your periodic rant. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my wildcard predictions. This is how I started last year with the channel. I'm going to continue on with that this year. We finally know the playoff matches that we're going to see, and I'm going to get into all of it, give my winners, talk a little bit about each team. But before I do, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. And with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and start. So these are your wildcard matchups. We know the Titans and the Packers have already punched their ticket into round 2 based on home field advantage and the lone bye. But here are the AFC matchups. I'm going to start with the Patriots and the Bills, a rematch. And by the way, all of the AFC matchups are rematches in some way or another. But we're going to see round 3 of the Patriots and Bills. This is in Buffalo. And I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say the Patriots are going to win this one. Now, Buffalo, of course, plays tough at home. They were able to win their playoff home opener last year. They actually won, I believe, 2 games to make it to the AFC Championship at home. But to be honest with you, the Patriots actually know how to win in Buffalo. They've been playing very well on the road. I believe they were actually, for a short time up until last week, undefeated on the road, or they might have lost like 2 games, but even still, they are a more fearsome road team than home team, which is very strange considering the Patriots of the past used to be a home juggernaut. But the Patriots, I don't think, are going to be a one and done. I think Mac Jones has been playing with so much grit, and I think that loss to the Dolphins last week really humbled up the Patriots, and I think they're going to be ready to go, and they're going to find a way to win that game. Steelers in Kansas City, this is a fluke. The Steelers are honestly a fluke. And you can say whatever you want. I mean, it took the Colts losing. It took the Chargers calling a timeout, which they had one job, but the clock ran out. And, Pittsburgh had a very easy Week 18 matchup against a team that was basically all on IR. But they're going to be absolutely demolished. These are the 2020 Bears right here of 2021. That's the Steelers, a 7 seed that is a fluke. They made it because other teams choked, and they're going to get absolutely demolished by the 2 seed, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, who are right now the kings of the AFC. They are the juggernauts in general in the NFL right now. They're getting hot at the right time. And even if Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce may not play, I still think Patrick Mahomes is going to be way too much for the Steelers to handle. I mean, outside of TJ Watt, there's not a lot of talent here. And say what you want about the offense, it's spotty. Kansas City's going to win this game. And I'm going to do a whole video on the Steelers and the AFC in general when I do my Black Monday video later on today. Now, Raiders and Bengals, this is actually probably the hardest matchup that I've gotten to call. I mean, I predicted the Raiders as a playoff sleeper team to make it, and a lot of people said that they wouldn't, that the Raiders were going to be terrible, and I said no. I said they were going to finally, crack the code and get back into the postseason. And lo and behold, they're here. Now, they're also facing the Bengals, which was definitely the surprise of 2021. I mean, the Bengals had a rise from the ashes. They went from worst to first to win it all in the AFC North. Congrats to them. And honestly, the Bengals deserve to be here, as do the Raiders. They both have played very well. And as hard as it is for me to pick against the Raiders, whom I've advocated for, I am going to go with the Bengals based on an earlier prediction that I made that Joe Burrow and Mac Jones are both going to win a postseason game. I am sticking to that. I am totally fine with being wrong if the Raiders are able to win. They are a team that has earned their way in, gone through a lot of adversity with the whole John Gruden stuff. And honestly, I wouldn't really mind seeing both the Raiders and Bengals. Of course, that's impossible, but there's really no loser in this game. I think there's just going to be one team that happens to be the better one that day. Now, the NFC, we have also all rematches. I also can't remember off the top of my head if the Cowboys faced the 49ers. I don't think they did. That might be the one time we're seeing a new matchup. Eagles and Tampa, this is going to be, I won't say a complete slaughterhouse. I think the Eagles can make it interesting with the run game, but I do see Tampa ultimately winning. I mean, Goatman isn't going to lose a home opener in the postseason. I mean, the last time he was in Tampa in the Super Bowl, which was technically a home game, I mean, that was a slaughter fest. I mean, of course, Kansas City's O-line was depleted, but the fact is the Eagles, while a pleasant surprise, in the NFC and the NFL to a certain extent. They also went from worst to birth, but the Bucs are just on a different level right now. And even though they're a bit banged up on the line in the secondary, I still see them pulling out a win. And the last time the Eagles faced Goatman in the postseason, it was Super Bowl 52, where Goatman took an L and Nick Foles was ended up winning it all. The Eagles went from worst to first to win it all that year, and I guarantee you he hasn't forgotten it. So this could be a bit of a revenge game in the postseason for him. Now, Cowboys and Niners, this is actually the game where I do think that another wild card is going to win. I think the Niners are going to win. And Cowboys fans are already pretty peeved with me because of my Cowboys predictions. All due respect, I don't care. I called it like I saw it. I said they'd win the NFC East. I was right about that. And just because I'm not putting you at 13, 14 wins because of a 4-12 season prior, that's really a you problem how you choose to take that. But either way, I think the Cowboys, I predicted them being here. I also will predict a very gritty game between the two. I think it's going to be a very close one, but I do see San Francisco end up winning that game. They're going to actually win by about 3 to 6 points. Now, the Rams and the Cardinals, this one's actually going to be pretty interesting. And, you know, the Rams have played pretty terrible at home, and the Cardinals have been playing excellent on the road. That being said, I mean, it all depends if J.J. Watt and maybe DeAndre Hopkins come back for the Cardinals. They need all the help they can get. They've been very spotty in the second half of the season, which is not good, to say the least. And the Rams, you can argue, are a team that is ready to really take that next step forward. Matthew Stafford wants that first playoff victory that he never got in Detroit. He had some chances with it, but never got it. You know, this time it's his first home playoff game. It's his first chance to actually win a postseason game, and I think he can get it this time. But having said that, I mean, it's going to be a really fun game to watch. Don't count Arizona out. Don't count Dallas out either. Don't count any of these teams out except for the Steelers. But the Rams, I think, are going to end up taking the win in this game. So that being said, this is going to be your divisional matchup. You will see the Patriots. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You will see the Patriots at Tennessee, and you will see the Bengals at Kansas City. Sorry about that. Little mistake there. But that's going to be arguably, you could even end up seeing the Joe Burrow, Mac Jones AFC Championship. I mean, obviously that would require the Bengals to make lightning strike twice and beat the Chiefs, this time in Arrowhead, which I'm not advocating for, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But that's what I have for you. Niners are at Green Bay. Rams are at Tampa. Patriots are at Tennessee in another revenge game for the Patriots if you want to go back a couple of years to Goatman's last game as a Patriot, which was a Foxborough playoff game at home against the Titans, which the Titans ended up winning. But that's all I really have for you guys right now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we're going to see how these predictions panned out. I'll see you in the next one.